Wizard101 is a game that's been receiving updates for almost 15 years now. But is it possible to beat all 15 years of content without dying a single time? That's the challenge I've set out to conquer, and today I'll be taking on the short and sweet side world of Wisteria with a bit of a twist. Now, when I said Wisteria was a short world, I meant it. In fact, it's the shortest world in the entire game, containing only 3 boss fights throughout its entire quest line, which begins as we plop our cheeks down onto the soil of Wisteria's magical campus known as Pigswick Academy. We're there to enter a 4-round magical tournament against students from other schools across the spiral, which might be a bit of a head-scratcher considering there are only 3 total bosses. But here's the kicker. None of these matches are bosses. They're mobs with weak spells and downright pitiful health. Not a single one of them has any real relevance aside from our finals opponent, who I'll get to at the end of the video if we make it there. The first actual boss, Lord Graustark, is honestly a joke. Even if I were fighting him at levels 25 to 30, it still wouldn't be that hard at all. I know I usually try and gas up bosses as some imposing threat that I might lose to. Oh, but I just can't do it with this guy. I mean, his strongest spell is Cyclops. He's easily the weakest boss we'll be coming up against, so let's get him out of the way. Oh, wrong shield, buddy. Dang, I got some super lucky pips here. I can't stunt, I can't lie, I can't cap. This hobgoblin is just getting dealt with immediately. He had 1 turn to have his fun. This should easily kill. All right, I'm gonna feint this guy now. A lot of satyrs in this hand. I'm probably not gonna need even one of them, to be honest. Obviously, the goal is gonna be to stack blades in the feint and hopefully kill him. I need to actually draw a hit first, goddamn. I'll be honest, I don't know how to hype up Lord Graustark. I just fought a guy with 10,000 health and 3 minions. I'm at a loss for how to hype up Lord Graustark. This is like his 3rd bloodbath. I'm not joking. This is like the 3rd or 4th bloodbath he's right. He hasn't saved, look at it, he hasn't saved up a single pip. He's just used a bloodbath over and over and over, like clockwork. Why is he doing that? Honestly, I don't know if this kills. Oh my god, it annihilated him. In the midst of this Mickey Mouse boss fight, I came to a realization. I'm way too over-leveled for this world. At this rate, none of the boss fights will be entertaining, and let's face it, most people would click off around this point to watch a TikTok guy slap a big hunk of meat or something in the shorts section. So I had to come up with a twist. Something to make these boss fights more difficult, and even worse, make my death in this video, if it happens, as embarrassing as possible. So what did I come up with? Well, at the end of the first boss fight, you get a Pigswick Academy gear set. Not only does it look goofy as hell, but it also provides 0 stats. No HP, no damage boost, no resistances, no nothing. I'm wearing this clown suit for the rest of the world. Now, this handicap could come back to bite me in the ass, especially during our 2nd boss fight against one Earth School professor, Chester Drawers. On the surface, he is nothing special. Low HP, mediocre spells. Where is the danger here exactly? Well, Chester Drawers is the first of many cheating bosses throughout the spiral, and his cheat's a pretty simple one. If you don't put a trap on him once every 3 turns, he full heals himself for free, no pips necessary, no turn taken up. Add this onto the fact that he's got 2 minions, making this fight a 3v1, and he could become a serious problem if I can't get set up in time. Please go. Oh, they go first. That's really bad. Not only could that tree man insta death shield and make this fight really hard, even with a horse lord, but they're just gonna be hammering me before I can move. They get extra moves in before I do, and I do not like that. Prism's down, thankfully. Now all I need to do is stay alive for a forest lord. That's the criteria. Stay alive for forest lord. Maybe get a blade in if I can. Oh my god, he's really rubbing some salt in the wound already. Makes it even more embarrassing when I lose. Oh my god, they know all my moves. They study my playbook to a T. That's not good. They had a huddle before this, I'm sure. They had a locker room talk. But, if I can get another power pip, things are looking pretty good. It's fine if he heals himself. I'm gonna one-shot him anyway. Oh, if we can hit this forest lord, we're in a very good spot. And if we don't take too much damage, but we might, I don't know for sure. Oh, can we hit? Can we hit? Can we hit? Oh, big hit, big hit. This might just sweep straight up. Okay, I swear this should have been harder. This should have been way tougher. All right, I know that looked and was really easy, but I swear it could have been harder if a few things went wrong. If it makes you feel any better, the next boss has more than 1,000 health. The bar really is that low here. His name is Lord Bramble, and he's the leader of the plant men that have sprung up all across Tanglewood Way. He also stole the Spiral Cup and Chester Drawers' soul in an attempt to destroy Pigswick Academy and take control of Wisteria back from his colonizers, which isn't really that evil when you think about it, but the quest arrow says to fight him, so that's what I'm gonna do. He's got some pretty mediocre stats across the board, but he does have access to death shields and spirit armor, which could wind up being difficult to deal with if he or his minion decide to go shield spamming mode. Man, I'm not going first at all. This is kind of a bummer. I really would like to go first in these fights. Oh, he's going for the weakness out the gate, the Dragonspire special. God. Oh, he's going for the Death Shield over. This is why I want to go first, because then they don't have the opportunity to do what he just did. Because now I have to get rid of the weakness, get rid of his Death Shield. I don't even know if it's worth killing the minion first now. I think I'd be better off killing Bramble here first. Now we got our feint up. We are vulnerable to anything that Bramsies can throw at us. Okay, that's not too bad damage-wise. I can live with the Treant. And then this Forest Lord is gonna get rid of the boss and get rid of the Death Shield on that goober over there. Is a little minion man, Forest Green, stock guy. Now we just got this dude to deal with. I have to re-prism him and hope he's in Death Shield again, because he could Death Shield again, and that would just be the lamest thing ever. Okay, that's even lamer. He's Leprechaun, and he's really spitting in my face right now. He's fucking going down. 2 turns from now. 2, he's going down. Okay, maybe 3, 4. He's going, eventually, I'll get him. Oh, it's just a matter of time. I'll get him at 5 turns. Okay, he didn't Death Shield, that's big. And he's sunbirding into my Fire Shield. Again, humongous. Prism's on him, he's finished. Next turn, as long as I do not fizzle that damn bag, he's finished. Why am I fainting? Why did I click that? Just Centaur him. This guy's finished. Get out of here. Okay, I don't even know what to say at this point. These bosses have about as much structural integrity as a crypto exchange company. But hey, the Spiral Cup is back in our possession, which means we can finally proceed to the last and only notable match of the Spiral Cup tournament, where we'll be facing off against a rank 5 elite mob. However, much like his equally pathetic predecessor Chester Drawers, he's got cheats. Get used to seeing cheating bosses because they only get deadlier and more frequent from here on out. Despite how weak Randolph is as a boss, his cheat is actually pretty good. He gets rid of all shields or traps placed on you every other turn, and if he's hit by a wizard while they have no active shields or traps, he cheat casts a 0-pip vampire straight to their dome. Yeah, it's a pretty good cheat. Too bad his health is so pitiful that a gust of wind could one-shot him, making his cheat effectively useless since if he dies, his cheat can't go off. Let's go end this man's whole career.
You think you'd show up? Well, you've had a good run, but this is where you meet your better.
We ended that man's whole career. Seriously, how the f did he make it all the way through the other side of the bracket? Well, whatever. I won the Spiral Cup, albeit in an unceremonious fashion, and next time we'll finally be starting Celestia along with the second arc, where I can guarantee the difficulty will be beyond anything we've seen yet. And as always,
see you guys then.
it's finally time. As if it was a gift sent straight from heaven, the unlimited fishing membership benefit dropped right before I finished this episode. I've been waiting for this one. For those that don't know, fishing is by far the best way to get a ton of gold fast at low levels. You can use the Spiral Showcase feature to drop into other wizards' homes on display, and tons of these houses contain some ridiculously lucrative fishing holes. The Plarian Shipwreck and Darkmoor Manor are my personal favorites. Going into Arc 2, I needed this gold to participate in a side mode that's price is only matched by its importance: pet breeding. I get this comment all the time. Where's your pet? Why are you having a pet? Because it's expensive as hell. Most significant hatches cost around 90 to 100,000 gold, and since the first major gold farm is in Wintertusk, an area I am nowhere near accessing yet, this fishing weekend is my only chance to scrounge up enough gold for some hatches. Particularly, I want a Kookaburra. It's a Life School specific pet that gives you a bonus Lifeblade card and a 4-pip life AoE and Lifestorm that is otherwise inaccessible aside from specific pay-to-win gear sets. The problem is, though, I'm not guaranteed to get this pet if I hatch with it. It's a 50-50 chance, which means whether or not I can breed this god pet in time depends solely on RNG and some goddamn grit at the fishing hole. After fishing for hours and saving up over 100,000 gold, it was time for my first hatch. So how did it turn out? Yeah, not great, but this hatch was by no means a complete loss. I still got some slightly improved pet stats. Around 250 for each is the gold standard, which I certainly won't be reaching since I don't have the time or the money to pay for that many hatches, but the real breeding win came from the talent section. Baron Von Winston, our 2nd gen Life Beetle, snagged the 2 talents I needed most from the Kiosk Pets gene pool: Spellproof and Spell Defy. These 2 talents can increase my universal resistance by up to 15%, which is a huge deal since my res right now is at a pitiful 9% total with all of my gear combined. Not a success, but a good base for hatch 2.
When it comes to 1-year-old Dante, Pierre, you are the father.
After fishing for 4 more hours, I returned to the hatching kiosk ready for my next shot. And thank God, persistence was met with success. I got the Kookaburra. Over the last few days, I've been leveling Colonel Peanut up, and even at Ancient, this thing is a godsend. Peanut gives me a solid 8 damage from both the Painbringer and Lifebringer talents, and 8 universal resistance from Spellproof. It's only up from here for Colonel Peanut, and while their stats may not be perfect, our new little pal is still one hell of an upgrade. And with the pet shenanigans out of the way, I can finally end the video that was supposed to come out days ago. Subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more of this junk, and I'll see you guys in Celestia.